Let's get this right. Okay, yeah, in the house, in the house. Welcome to Thursday and another Let's Get It Together. I need everybody to log on and get involved because this is going to be a really good show. In absence of my co-host, Jezzi won't be here with us today, but she's definitely here in spirit. And I send love and blessings to her and all of the listeners on Hot 702.5 FM. It is J9. And we are live, honey. We are live. So I'm just going to dive right in because we really have a show. For those of you who have been looking at my Facebook, you know we have a special guest here tonight. But I'm going to start off a little bit with just kind of recapping some of the things I went through and did and dealt with this week. Let me just say, my daughter corrected me, and she let me know that I made a statement about my birthday. So it's still Libra season, so let me just kind of touch on that real quick. So basically what happened was I made a statement after my birthday that it was uneventful. But I just need to recap that I actually had some amazing things happen for my birthday, and I just wanted to say I went to the Kendrick Lamar concert. And he did his thing. So thank you to my oldest daughter for that treat. That was lovely. So that was the Kendrick Lamar concert. I mean, what can I say? He deserves every accolade and all the flowers. He put on a show. It was phenomenal. So then after that, I went to the Nelly concert, thanks to Jezzi. Nelly put it down, clearly showing a little sign of aging, but that's okay. He did all his hits, had everybody just on the it was poolside. So of course I got in the water. I didn't have a bathing suit on, but I got in the water and I could see the stage a lot better. And that concert was pretty nice. Okay, so just thank you. I did have a great birthday. I did not want to imply that I was not loved, okay? So I'm going to move right on into the concerts because last weekend, my aunt, thank you, Aunt Willette, she was able to give us our passes, our yearly passes to the Whispers concert. And it was, as it always is, so impressive. You know what I'm saying? It was Evelyn Champagne King. She did her thing. I mean, she did her thing. If y'all seen any of my videos, J9 Roberts on Facebook, you can see those videos. So anyway, it was the Whispers 58th anniversary. They have been performing for 58 years. You hear what I'm saying? 58 years, and their voices are still flawless. So what a blessing. What a blessing to the twins, my Libra souls. They did their thing at the Cannery on East Craig, and you know, it was just great. It was great to see family. It was great to dance. And then after that, we went over to the Soul Brothers because we wanted to check out some of the motorcycles that were coming from all over the place. And we had a good time there as well. So that was a little adventure over the weekend. But what I really want to talk about is a couple of places that we ate at. And I want to touch on it because I'm so impressed. Let me just say, I am so impressed with our Black-owned businesses that are really boiling over here in Las Vegas. I am really impressed with the Black men that are actually standing up, taking care of business, handling businesses here, and I'm meeting them left and right. Sorry, y'all. So, first of all, ladies, if you're looking for a mate, they're out here. These men are actually doing a phenomenal job out here. You heard me. I'm telling you. I'm just trying to let you know. So anyway, I went to go eat. Me and one of my comedian friends decided to go to lunch. We went to Catcher's Fish House. So that is 6300 West Charleston Boulevard, Suite 170, 89146. That is Catcher's Fish House, Black owned. If you go on my Facebook now, you'll see our little ghetto taping of our critique of the restaurant. And overall, I loved it. I love the environment. I love the reception. And then the owner was eating in there. We didn't know. I walked up to go get my tripod, and when I came back, there was a healthy dialogue going on between Mr. Liplock and the owner. I believe it is Mr. Wealthy Rich 619. Give him a little shout out. Just cordial and open and giving us his business plan and talking about how he's expanding and how he got there and made sure we stayed connected with him. So I have to definitely give him a shout out. We had the fried corn, which was not my favorite. I don't know why seafood places are really into this fried corn. I'm not really feeling that concept. It's different. It probably allows you to charge an upcharge on some 50-cent corn and you get $8. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't really feeling it, but it had a little flavor. When you deep fry corn, it kind of makes it mushy, and I'm not really with the mushy. But it was okay. And the cool part was, because I wasn't fully impressed with it, the server, nice, receptive, energetic, friendly server, bought me a fresh batch. She said, maybe this one will taste a little different. I was like, oh, okay, that was sweet. It really was. We had snapper. We also had fried snapper. I had, I think it was grilled shrimp, tasty shrimp, on point. The snapper was okay. I make a really good snapper, so I'm a little harsh on snapper. But that being said, that's a Black-owned spot. Love the atmosphere. It's cozy. It's just everything in terms of a Black business. You know what I'm saying? So that was Catcher's Fish House, 6300 West Charleston. Let me see what else we got. And then I went to the Noodle Den in the Sahara. It was on point, I must admit. I had a black pepper fried rice, which I'd never had before. And I also had, I can't see all the people who have joined in. I see my mom, but I don't see you. Here we go. Let me see what we got here. I don't know. But anyway, all the listeners and everybody that's joined in, hey, Mom, I appreciate it. So let me see. What else? Oh, I had the chicken stir fry with the udon noodles. Phenomenal. Fantastic. So that was the Noodle Den in the Sahara. And then last but not least, I did an old staple yesterday, and I was pleased that I did. Just doing a little grazing, as I call it. You know, I like to dip in and out of places and order a few things and give them a try. So we went to Pizza Rock. If anybody that's aware of the Fremont Street restaurants in that area, you know Pizza Rock. It's right there across from the Grand Hotel. And I ordered 4 different slices of pizza, y'all. I was just real greedy. And every slice was fresh. I ordered from the front, or you can actually go to the back and order. But I went to the front because you can order slices, and then they put it in the wood fire. Yeah, they really did that. So those were my hot topics for what I've done over the last week, and I really appreciate being able to share that with you. Anybody wants to call in, talk about anything you'd like, 702-551-5261, especially when my guest comes on, which I will be introducing here shortly. I just want to say one thing. So compliments of Hot 702.5 FM. I went to go see Halloween's End last night. So it was over at the Red Rock, which I love that theater, and I love the Red Rock. Let me say, I took my mom, I took and my grandson and my granddaughter. Now, my grandson's a little underage for a Michael Myers movie, but I have to give it to him. There was no sex scenes, and that's unheard of for a horror movie because you know they get it on. You know what I'm talking about. They always get them after when they get into these little scenes like that. Wasn't any. Okay? Wasn't a whole lot of gore. So that was actually a plus for a Michael Myers times 100 film. I don't know how many times they made Michael Myers, but I will say this, and it's not for those of you who want to go see it for Halloween. I guess I recommend it if you like. It wasn't even scary. It just had, you know how they do that little it's a cat jumps out and then, you know, those kind of things. And I'm a screamer. So that wasn't good. That wasn't a good look. But last but not least, so if you're going to go see it, it's okay. It's not too bad. It doesn't feel real horror. It had a decent storyline. And I'll put it this way. Unless they're just trying to capitalize on that franchise of Michael Myers, I watched them put the nail in the coffin. Okay? So Halloween Ends was Halloween End. It ended. So that being said, that just kind of wraps up my week. And, you know, I'm always busy and on the go. So I really enjoy sharing it with my viewers. And let's get it together. Here we are. So without further ado, we have a guest in the house today. And I'm really, really excited about this. So I wanted to hurry up and get into it so I can get her involved and we can get down to the meat of some things that I really believe we need to hear in terms of culture, in terms of Blackness, and, you know, care for your overall body, because y'all know that's what I'm about. I am about the whole mind, body, soul. So what you put in is what you put out, what you get out. You know, that's my thing. That's what this is about. That's why I say let's get it together, because I want people to really get their lives as together as possible, mind, body, and spirit. So we have Anna here. I call her Anna N because she's going to tell me how to pronounce her last name. Let me just say she is the founder and CEO of Wythera Beauty. Which is a skin and personal care brand inspired by the power of African women and manufactured in Kenya. She is a self-confessed tomboy with a great love for the outdoors. She's a rock climber, hiker with a love for all things beauty and fashion. She embraced her weird. Love it. Love that. She does not believe in boxes and instead believes in embracing the potential of a woman's life in all its beautiful complexities, powerful and feminine, unique and authentic. And I think this is her hashtag. It's limitless. Be limitless. So without further ado, here is Anna. How you doing?
Hello.
Welcome to Hot 702.5 FM. It is Let's Get It Together. And in absence of my co-host, shout out to Jezzi. She would normally be here, just as inquisitive as I am. So I just get your bio.
Yes.
And it's light, but it's a real statement. It is a real statement. You're very passionate about skincare, about hair care, and fragrances and smelling good, and you struggle to find products that worked. So,
Yes.
Tell us what we don't know and didn't hear in that bio about yourself.
About me. So born and raised in Kenya, came to the U.S. in 1998 and did a whole corporate career, then moved back to Kenya because I believed I needed to go back home because we need to tell our own stories. We need to tell our own stories. For too long, we have let other people tell our stories. So I moved back home and I realized the challenge I was having here, finding good products. And I think we all struggle with it. And this, I'm talking the basics. We'll get into the more complicated products. For as long as I can remember, I have actually never found a body care product that worked just by itself.
Just by itself.
And we all kind of got to this, you kind of believed you needed to mix a whole bunch of products. Get a lotion, you get an oil, you get glycerin or Vaseline, and put them together.
I'm aware of that.
Two
Vaseline.
or three.
That's right.
You're more of the Vaseline. Mm-hmm. 2 or 3 to feel like you're moisturized. And we all complain. Almost every Black woman I know complains they have dry skin. And then as I'm going through this journey and trying to figure out why can't we just find something that works, I actually learned our skin, or everybody loses water through their skin. It's called transdermal water loss.
That's right.
Black skin actually loses water at a faster rate than other ethnicities. So what we are actually having a problem with is not dryness. It is dehydration.
Hello. Y'all know how I feel about that water intake too. So
yeah, so the water intake, but you're losing it so much. And what that means is there's some barrier. Our barrier is somehow damaged. So we need more TLC. We need ingredients put together that basically nourish, they protect, and they seal. So we are not losing so much water. So a lot of these things we are doing, some of them actually end up not, being, because we all think we have dry skin. So put more oil, put more oil, put
That's
more
right.
oil.
I'm a little dry now.
Yes.
So and Vegas particularly because it's so hot.
Yes.
But we're not going to talk about that because you're from a place that is even
and
hotter,
Vegas,
right?
actually, Vegas is probably where when I moved here, I think it took a year before my hair and my skin felt like they belonged. I think I made a trip to the dermatologist every month because something
was going on.
Yes.
It was like peeling back layers and layers or something.
Yes, my hair was falling off.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, is it hotter in Kenya?
No, that's actually the thing. Kenya has this beautiful temperature. It will get cold. People think it never gets cold, but not as cold. So when I use Celsius, let me go Fahrenheit. Probably the coldest we'll get is 40, 50. But for Kenya, and even now having moved back, I'm cold at that, that temperature.
I am cold at that temperature.
But we don't get that hot like it does in Vegas, especially the summers I was here. I'm like, ooh, it's hot here. So we get to maybe about the 80s, upper 80s, but we also have all this kind of terrain. We have the northern Kenya, which is almost semi-arid.
Okay.
Then we have the beach, which is very humid. We have the mountains, which is Mount Kenya, which is actually almost always cold. Okay. So we have all these different temperatures in the same tiny little country, and it's beautiful. Yes.
Amazing. Are you guys visualizing what we're hearing right now? Especially because we've been really misconceived about our homeland. Okay, so that being said, your passion, knowing that we're dry, knowing that we need the special TLC, that we're losing water, so it really isn't about being dry as much as it is hydration. How did you come up with a formula that that does those things? Because here's the thing. The things we buy at our grocery stores and our Walmarts and our little supermarkets advertise those beautiful words, moisturizing, nourishing, and all these things, and it's not true, not for us, right? So,
not for us.
Take the floor.
Yes, so it was just learning which ingredients and how to combine them to where they work for us. So it's how to put them together. Like I say, if your skin is dehydrated, shea butter is an amazing ingredient. And even in our body butters or body creams, it's there. It's one of the key main ingredients. But if your issue is actually dehydration and not oil, you're still not getting the real value. You're not really helping your skin. So it was combining certain ingredients in certain percentages because that also matters.
So you're a scientist?
I am not a scientist. One thing I am very, very good at, and I use this when people ask me, when you're doing a business, is find the experts to do what they're good at. I'm not a scientist. I don't claim to be one. I am in the financial space. I am very good at research, but I know how to find good scientists. And the one thing is I will tell them what I'm looking to accomplish, and we'll go through, they'll formulate it, we'll go through the ingredients. I will ask questions, I will research what does each ingredient do, how does it function, and there is not a single ingredient in our products that I do not understand because we went out to create. And you're right, those things, and it can be overwhelming to read them and the marketing gives and understanding them. And a lot of us actually don't know how to read them. So reading labels and how to understand the labels. And I'm that girl who will read every label. And for me, it started with food. That's actually how I started reading food labels. I started reading food labels.
That's an important key. I need you to, that's a takeaway, okay? Reading labels of the food that we're taking in because it is a requirement by law that they list it. It's not a requirement that you read it. So Anna just described some really boss moves. Okay, she talked about hiring the experts. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You go and find what you need, and then you tell them what you need. You give them some directions, and then you let them come up with the formulas. But she went a step further. She went in to understand what those products look like and got an understanding of them. So my mom says, wow. Antonio says, I didn't know. I'm not quite sure. I think he was speaking on the terrain and the different weather aspects in one, little small country. My cousin is watching. Albert Murray's watching. Hey, guys. And I really appreciate the support. So we're here with Anna. Say your last name.
NJOROGE.
So the N is silent.
Yes,
it's
the N is silent. Yeah, just NJOROGE. Actually, perfect.
It's perfect.
Yes.
So now I want to get into the meat of it, which is research that happened in your country. Mm-hmm. What does that look like when you go home and you're starting this journey for the best products you can find and, the fragrances and all the other pieces that come together?
It was an interesting journey because if you had told me when I was, high flying in corporate finance in America that I would be doing skincare or own a beauty line, I would have told you you're crazy.
I'm not leaving this for that.
So when I got home, even when I was here, I had really, really started buying black whenever I could buy black. And I took that back home. I wanted to buy Kenyan. I came back to build Kenya, to build a continent, to build us. But there was very little. There was very little made in Kenya brands. And I don't make apologies. I like nice things. I like
All
nice
right.
things.
I
don't make apologies for it.
That's right.
And when I couldn't find them, I did, we all do this. And every person that moves back to Africa will do this for a little while where you travel and buy what you need. And then I started thinking, why do we keep buying these things when the base ingredients like the cocoa butter, the shea butter, the coconut oil, all of them are coming from this continent. So we ship them out, they get processed, and then they come back in. I remember one day being really upset.
So is that kind of the definition of commerce?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, because it's international.
It is international. The brand is like international, but I felt like, and no one, then I started going. I did a few ingredient manufacturer, global ones, that make the ingredient that actually goes into the product.
Got it.
And
okay.
I visited the biggest ones in the world, that supply the biggest, the ones that we all know. And it's me there and the biggest, baddest global skincare brands, and then there's me.
And then there's me.
And I'm working in there, and they are doing all these presentations, and all of them are talking about an ingredient and how it acts or how it over time, how, Caucasian skin improves or Asian skin improves. And I started asking them, what about black skin? Who is doing anything about black skin? And a lot of them would get very, very, very defensive.
Right.
Would get very defensive. Yeah. And I say connections, networks, you find these people. I find this gentleman from Tunisia. He was moderating one of the sessions. And I ask, one of them, and he gets very defensive, and he goes, hey, I can help you. I've been in this industry, he's probably in his 60s. He's been in this industry, worked for the biggest, formulating products since he was in his 20s.
Okay. So this is a guru.
This is a guru. Mm-hmm. So not only does he help me with like what even when my scientists are not giving me what I need, he guides, and that's why I find finding connections, finding the pieces that bring you.
Finding connections.
And the pieces that bring you to what you need and the journey. Because again, I'm not an expert. Mm-hmm. All I know is I love who I am. I love my black skin. And
Amen.
I want it to be taken care of. I want to take care of it. I want to nourish it. I want it to be healthy and beautiful. Yes, so
That's right.
Just finding those pieces that bring it all together. And for me, I say it's a passion because even when things are getting very expensive or very, very hard, or going to find them, like I found formulators that work for one of the biggest ingredient manufacturers in the world, but he's based in Nigeria and he's Nigerian. So now when I go tell him, this is what I'm looking for, he completely understands what it is I'm talking about.
How nice is that?
Rather than dealing with his boss, who is Frenchman. He doesn't. He has no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
and
right.
those are the pieces I find. You don't have to be a scientist, just network. Find the pieces and the networks that work. Mm-hmm.
Bottom line. And that crosses every aspect of business and finding whatever your personal journey is. All of those things that she mentioned are vital, is finding the people to put the pieces together so that you can accomplish, because no man's an island. That's my saying. You can't do everything by yourself. So, let's talk about the be limitless. It's a simple phrase, but it's very freeing. It's very open. It says a lot in one word. What does that mean to you?
So the Be Limitless, like I said, the brand is inspired by the power of the African woman. So I want it to be true to us. I have loved who I am. I've been okay in my own skin. Maybe moving to the US, we were chatting, is like, grew up in Kenya. I knew I was black, but I had never actually thought and really, okay, I'm really black until I came to the US. And that kind of, a little bit, and it gives you pause, but it also, for me, it brought this passion and power and pride. Actually, the word I use is pride.
That encompasses it.
It is pride. I am proud. I'm not trying to be anyone else. Mm-hmm. And as I was watching black women, and especially African women, and I say African women because these are the women that brought me up. It's my mother, it's my grandmother. It is just looking at them and how resilient they are, the determination, the powerful, the strength, the femininity.
We have a church here today, y'all.
And yet they wear it with so much grace
and grace
pride
and humbleness.
And humbleness.
Fierce.
And I don't have to prove to anyone who I am. That's right. I don't need to fit into a box. No one consulted me about this box when they were building it. But that also doesn't mean that I'll go out there and be nasty to people. You also have to have grace. Right. Yeah. And I say being limitless also means I don't have to respect it or understand it, but I'll be okay with it because that's your limitless. And that's where
that's your limitless.
It's your limitless. And the reason I loved that is because it fits every woman. Whoever you are, go be. And limitless changes. Your limitless at 20 is not your limitless now.
I know that's the truth.
And at whatever...
It evolves.
It evolves. You evolve. Human beings are supposed to grow.
That's right.
You're supposed to evolve.
That's right.
You still remain, your fundamentals are still you.
The fundamentals.
And your limitless changes. So at whatever season of life you're in, whatever that limitless looks like, go
there
be
you
it.
are.
Yeah.
Whatever it looks like, there you are.
Yeah.
And embrace that. So my mom says, amen, Dr. Beverly Wells. Ken is watching. Thank you all for watching. If you want to call in, 702-551-5261. We're having a great conversation here with Miss Anna. I got to look at the name. Say it for me.
NJOROGE.
NJOROGE, yes. There it is. Basically, she is the founder and CEO of Why Thera Beauty, for those that just tuned in and are joining us. We're talking about skincare. We're talking about pride in our African women. And we're talking about what she has going on and how she came up with these products from Kenya. And so you talked about the awareness of black. Like, I've heard people in different sessions ask the question, when did you know you were black? And they weren't being funny. They were saying exactly what you're saying. Like, I've always known. But when was your rude awakening that someone else knew you were black or wanted you to know that they knew that that you were black? And I know initially you said that, it kind of empowered you, it made you more passionate. But what are we missing here in the U.S. in terms of culture, some of the myths that we hear about the motherland that you could dispel for us today?
I think one of the things that's missing, and it's my opinion. It is completely my
Absolutely. This is not the opinion of Hot 702.5 FM or Let's Get It Together. However, I am pretty sure for Let's Get It Together, I'm pretty sure we're aligned.
I think it's my opinion. And the opinion is, having lived here, I always knew where home was. That place where I could go, where I am fully accepted, where everyone is like me. And I don't have to question who I am.
A heavy sigh. It's a heavy sigh because we don't really have that pleasure of feeling like we know where, quote, home is. And so when you go home, what does that celebration look like? And can we also dispel, because I've got a god sister from Kenya, beautiful young lady, Tiffany, shout out, that is on kind of the same quest as you. She's more in the modeling side of things. And she went back home, and I saw her loving on these beautiful brown, black children. I saw her in these beautiful garments that you can't find anywhere else but there. And I mean, she modeled the hell out of that material. And, so we had an opportunity to either buy the material, but the myth that they fed us was that we're not welcome there as Americans, as Black Americans.
That's not true. So someone, actually a friend of mine, it's actually, I was doing some work, some consultancy work, and this lady I met actually asked me, she's planning a trip to Kenya. And one of the questions she asked me is, will I be accepted? We are very accepting. If anyone has come to Kenya, and I have a lot of friends. I have American friends a lot of American friends who have come to Kenya, a lot of Black friends. They all love it because you're accepted. Because for us, that's neither here nor there. We just love people. Right. So you will be accepted and you will feel at home. It is the place, and I say it's actually not celebration. It is this place, because home is supposed to be that place. Home is a place you go to just
let your hair down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No judgment.
Yes.
You're just you. You can let your hair down. You can cry if you want to.
Right.
That's home.
That's home.
And you're very welcome. Come to Kenya, all of you. I keep telling everyone, come.
Okay, and I think if my cousin's still watching, I know he has done some visiting abroad in Africa. I believe that our radio station director has also. Listen, if you want to find your home in your roots, in your heart and soul, I'm with her. So I'm waiting. I'm going to be planning my trip back to Kenya. There is no question about it. She says she's definitely, that's the radio CEO, she's definitely says she's going back to Kenya. Or to Kenya. Now, you've got a line of fragrances, you have a line of body care, and you have a line of hair care.
Yes.
So now we understand the body, and we understand that, how our skin really takes the proper ingredients in order to kind of seal in some of our moisture. What do you find about our hair? Because I go to my beautician, and she finds products that she won't even let me see. Because, that's her business in terms of, it's not that she won't let me see them. Not that she won't let me see them. It's just that, maybe it kind of is that. But she knows how to get to the roots of my hair. She's a hair care, I don't know what you would call her, but she definitely believes in hair care. So she's not going to be coloring my hair. If I'm doing it, I got to do it on my own. She'll maintain it, but she's not about, the chemicals. She's about natural products. What have you found that that inspired you to then go into the hair products?
Let me just talk about my hair and then how the hair products came about. So I, again, if, go through life, I have changed my hair always, like 1 month here, 1 month there. And The one thing I always struggled with, first, I don't have what they technically call, I'm not even going to use the word good hair. My hair is just nappy and doesn't grow and does, so I've always done a lot of things with it and being very liberal.
Liberal's a good word.
With my hair, meaning I don't have a lot of attachment to it. I can shave it, I can grow it, I'll braid it, I'll do all kinds of
That's
things.
me. That's right. That's us. Love the variety that we can do.
The variety that I can do with it. But one thing I never liked was this having to change your hair products every time you change your hair. So, yeah, because think about it. You change your hair, and now you have to go find new products. And by the time you're finding one that actually works, you're changing your hair again. You have to start the whole process again.
That's for real.
And the one thing that our hair and the struggle we have for most of us, it's really just same as our skin. It's moisture.
It is moisture.
And it's two-part. One, scalp care is also very, very important. And the other one is because of the coily, it's really hard to get product
in there.
Okay. In that. So the coiliness, again, I usually say we are so beautifully made in our hair. It's really a work of art. We are really unique. But that also means we need a little bit more care. Same thing. So moisture, again, is what we need. It's what our hair needs. And just like your skin, your scalp is actually part of your skin and it needs to be taken care of. So that scalp also needs to be nourished and taken care of to make sure it's also, hair is growing. So if you're dehydrated or you're really, really dry, your hair is also struggling. So kind of the same thing. So our hashtag for the hair brand is actually your hair, your way.
And I like my hair my way. I do. I mean, I'll go from, you'll see me today and then tomorrow I'll have a whole weave down and then 3-4 days I've got some braids. I love it, but I don't have consistent products. Not in my, not.
So we try to create, and again, you can't create products that please everybody 100% all of the time. That is impossible, but at least for the most people. So the hair brand, so we were always planning on adding hair into the brand, but a friend of mine already had started a hair brand, and she really started because she was struggling to find good products, and her family, she has a whole bunch of sisters, and they're all about hair and they love it. And it was an amazing brand. It had a lot of accolades, received very well in Kenya. But at some point she was like, she doesn't want to run a business anymore. Running a business is hard.
It is.
She
the
loves
dedication,
to create.
It is. It's difficult.
So I was like, rather than starting from scratch, she already had a formula that works. Let's bring these on board and run them together. So
Absolutely
that's how
beautiful.
they came about. Yes. And again, it's about moisture. 100% natural ingredients. Our focus is moisture. Yes, for our hair products.
Okay. I like it. And then you went on into the fragrance area.
Fragrance were actually the first part where we began.
Okay.
Wasn't the planned beginning, but it's where we began.
Okay.
But it fell in so natural. And a friend of mine, when I told a friend of mine I was starting a brand, he had been in the skincare, personal care industry for a very, very long time. And he told me something. He's like, Anna, why don't you start with body mists? And I was like, huh? He's like, yeah. One, because remember the brand started in Kenya. There is not a single Kenyan made in Kenya body mist. It doesn't exist. I was like, huh.
And we would never really think to ask. You know what I'm saying? Knowing now I can't unknow. You know what I mean? When I hear where these products are made, I cannot unknow.
And I went looking. So, started going into beauty shops and I'm like, huh. Everything is imported. And then we have these price ranges that really, and then you get a lot of copies. I call them copies. We're not going to use the, we'll call them copies. So that's where we started. So I decided to start something amazing. And it came so naturally because I love scent. When every little girl gets into their mother's makeup and lipstick, for me, it was her perfume. Like I would literally drench myself and I would do that whole thing.
The whole thing.
And then just show up and hope she won't notice.
And blow the whole room out.
But
Anna's here.
But I love her because she actually never even said anything. So in my
she let you love it.
Yes,
Yeah.
she let me love it.
Yeah.
She allowed me to love it. And that's one thing my parents have always done. They have always allowed me to go out and be.
Yes.
Express.
Explore.
Express.
Yes.
Even when they didn't understand what it is I was doing.
And is that part of the tomboy era?
No, because it's actually not part of the tomboy era. It's just part of who I am. I think one of my biggest questions is why. One of my team members actually said, we just brought on a new team member on board. He's like, her favorite question is why? Because why? I like to understand. So they let me go explore. So the tomboy era, my mom could have I'm an only girl.
Okay.
And the oldest girl.
Okay.
And my mom is a girly girl.
Okay.
So she would have loved for me to be a girly girl, but she let me go be my tomboy self. Yes.
Right. Climbing and hiking and all the things that you love today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I call myself a paradox because on one side of my brain, I love numbers. I was an accountant here. I have a master's in it. And on the other side of it is I love extreme sports. I will jump off a plane. I snowboard. I will rock climb. So it's this.
I need to connect you with my sister. Where is my sister? Where is Cecily? Yeah.
So
that's my sister.
And it's just they let me go explore. So fragrance came naturally because for me it's like I love scent. And one of the things I love about scent it's a way not just to express even for you how you feel, because it's one smell. The sense of smell is the one most connected to memory.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's something about a smell that will just make you feel amazing.
Right.
You spray a scent or a body spray or even a perfume, and that will lift up your spirits. It's actually known to do that. I can change it.
Absolutely. I can walk through some of these stores and do a little spray. And all of a sudden, my whole demeanor has changed because I smell great.
You smell amazing. And that's what I always love. I'm like, I am the color I am. I cannot change the color of my foundation. But I can change the color of the scent I'm wearing depending on how I feel. Every day, twice a day, it doesn't. Yes, so that's what I love about scent.
So I think you have you bought like a little goodie bag or something, right?
Yes, I did.
You see us in the goodie bag.
Some goodies. So I brought you one of our scents, which is tuberose.
Tuberose.
Yes.
Okay.
Tuberose is actually a flower.
Oh, is it tuberose?
Tuber. I know. I need to say Tuber and then rose.
Oh, look at that. Can you see? So nice, beautiful packaging. And I'm actually going to do a quick test here. And then while I'm doing this, I want you to let the listeners know so that we do not omit one of the important reasons why you're here. But where can we find you and where can we find the products?
So the products, we're online right now at ythera.co, and that is YTHERA.co. And then we are having an event on Saturday.
We are. Listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up, honey. We got Heather that joined us. She says, be kind. Let's see. She says she was in Cancun, Mexico. In the lobby there was a newborn baby girl named Kinsia? Is that a different way of saying Kenya? It's pretty. And then Dr. Beverly says, Call is also a feminine tomboy. Played every sport. Oh, she is. Played every sport, including running, track, basketball, and baseball. Also played on a women's basketball team called the Swingin' Misses until she was 40 years old. She sure did. We used to go watch her play softball. But I have to say, this is... Now, if you think about Bath and Body Works, and I'm not, hear me out, and you think about Victoria's Secrets when it comes to some of these spritz sprays, a lot of those sprays have alcohol base. You can smell it. This is such sweet vanilla. It's soft, but yet it's bold. Oh my God, it smells so wonderful. So you need to go order the products, but let's talk about how they can actually come and experience the products. I'm so excited about what you have going on Saturday. Let's have it.
So on Saturday, we're having a brand introduction. So
Hey.
we introduce Waidera Beauty to Las Vegas. So because in Las Vegas, I call it my other home. I feel this city embraced me. It's actually where I came to embrace my weird. So it's my second home, and I
Yes.
wanted to introduce this brand here. It's been an amazing summer, interacting with the community, them trying out the products, everybody loving them. And we want to create this experience. So it's a touch, taste, and feel experience. So we're going to walk through this display and experience the scents, each one of them, and the personality, and feel them. You know, like this, the studio right now just smells like tuberose, the one you just sprayed.
It smells wonderful in here, you guys. I wish that I could translate the smell. It is awesome.
We can do it. The personality of that scent is actually very calm, sophisticated, and very sensual. So it's...
I feel sensual. You heard me? I feel sensual.
So it's a kind of day to night wear. You can wear it to work, feel very...
That's right.
Yep, feel very, still very professional, very sophisticated, very calm, and you know, in the evening, spritz a little bit more and go for date night, and it works. And funny enough, men love that scent on women. They do.
Interesting. All right. Well,
So Saturday, so it... So it's a walk through all these fragrances and their personalities. We have one called Goddess, which is about powerful, mesmerizing, feminine, and just walk through the experience.
Okay.
We learn about how to wear scent properly, how to choose scent, because it matters what you choose and what you wear.
It does.
You know, learn about skin, your skin, our skin, skincare types, how to know what your struggles are, how to take care of your skin. We'll also have a hairstylist, helping people with hair. We'll have a makeup artist, because I also know that a lot of women, you have a lot of women actually that like to try out makeup, but they don't know where to begin. So just a few, it doesn't have to be, you don't wear a lot of makeup, but you do a little eye, you do a little lip.
Yeah.
Exactly. Some women don't even know what to do for the eye. But I'd like to be able
to do some other stuff, so I'd like to, learn. Because every now and again, I don't want to look so shiny, and I want to learn how to
do more.
Yes.
We'll have Kinta beads, teaching people how to do the beading.
Oh, did you guys hear that? Did you hear that?
And she'll do little tutorials on that.
Nice.
We'll have amazing ruffles. We have amazing African food courtesy of Calabash Kitchen. I don't know if you've been there.
I have not.
You have not? You must go.
We're going to have some African food.
You have some cocktails by mixologist. We have Brittany So, who's going to be doing poetry. So it's going to be an amazing experience. Some African dramas. And we have a fashion show. And this is a different kind of fashion show, because the fashion show is actually to bring out the personality of the scents. It's not about... Yes, there'll be beautiful clothes, but it's about... the scent,
the
what
essence
the mood,
of
the emotion that the scent brings out. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a free event. Come on out. It will be a lot of fun.
And where is this event?
It is at Marlon's Closet and Bookstore, which is on the west side, the historical west side, at 910 Owens Avenue. So it's kind of Owens and MLK.
That's right.
So that's where it is. It starts from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Come, let's have some fun. Let's experience. Let's be proud of us, our heritage, who we are. Just be limitless.
It feels so wonderful just to hear those words. And let me just say that on the website, I went over to the website, and they have interest-free payments for orders over $50. And what I thought really touched my heart was the help keep a girl in school. Can we touch on that? We have just a few minutes. And let me just say, 702-551-5261. Let's get it together with Jnine in Jezzi's absence. You can call in and ask questions. We have a few more minutes. But I want to know about Let's Keep a Girl in School
programs. So, Let's Keep a Girl in School program is something that's very dear to my heart. I support a lot of, girls that don't have a lot. This still happens in Africa. So statistics are 60% of girls in Africa are still missing school every month during their period because they cannot afford sanitary products.
It's a pretty high percentage.
It's a very, very high percentage, especially in 2022.
Right. And we're talking 3 to 5 days of a menstrual cycle.
And we're all
every
about
month.
Every month. And I love the empowering women. But I also believe you cannot empower a woman if she doesn't have money. She first needs financial empowerment. And where this plays in, you miss so many days of school, a lot of them end up dropping out. So, and I have a lot of women do this. This is a program a lot of Africans take on. Even some, African Americans have taken it on just to donate. But when you're buying sanitary towels, if I take on 20 girls, I have to stay. I can't. And if I'm just doing it out of pocket, I can't sustain it for more than 20 girls because I have to keep doing it every month. The Mina Cup, which is done by the Mina Foundation by another friend of mine, also that's actually made in South Africa. The cup is actually made in South Africa.
I'm hearing it's taken a while to pick up because people have a misconception about the cup. And the cleanliness of having to, remove it and things like that. But it's taken a huge turn in the younger people because they're finding out products are cancerous or they have carcinogenics in them or
even environmental sustainability. So I was just saying about the sustainability. That cup will last. So it's made out of surgical silicone, which is the same thing they do,
That's right.
Everything. So very, very sterile, very, very clean. Mm-hmm. And it's very soft. And you buy one, it will last a girl 5 years. So that gives you an opportunity to actually help more girls and more girls stay in school.
That's right.
So for the U.S. market, $1 of every product purchased goes towards sponsoring a Mina Cup and also keeping those dollars in the community. So these girls go in school, you touch more, you go for more. And I know the younger ones, and literally all you do is you remove it, you pour out, and you rinse it with warm water. And that's it.
Right. Not a tampon in the world could do that. Okay. And they're toxic. And people they're not being changed properly. There's just a lot that we could actually cover in that area. But I love the fact that $1 from each product sold goes towards getting that Mina, is it the Mina Cup?
It's the Mina Cup, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And people can check out the Mina Foundation, to know more about the cup.
Mm-hmm. So Shirley's on right now. She says, I love Let's Keep a Girl in School. I love it. I love this whole show. I love everything about the products. This room still smells good. It still smells warm and vanilla-y. It smells seasoned. It's just, it is absolutely beautiful. And so she said she saw that on WKNO, that she had saw something about. Oh,
yes. Yeah, I was on WKNO with Pamela.
She gets around. So I want to reemphasize Saturday, October 15th from 4 to 8. She will be her and a slew of other people, obviously, because there's going to be fashion shows, there's going to be makeup tutorials, scent tutorials, specialty cocktails, African food, fashion show, poetry, melanated rituals. What's that?
She has this whole ritual. You have to come experience it.
Melanated rituals.
Just amazing. It's just zen up with her.
Zen up.
With melanated rituals.
Count me there. Mm-hmm. So let's get that address. As we wrap up here, let's get that address real quick of where we'll be on Saturday and your handles.
It's 910 Owens Avenue, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89104. 06. So our handles are Ythera Beauty, YTHERA BEAUTY. That's on Instagram and Facebook. And for our hair brand, our hair tags are Mosara, which is MOSARA Kenya. So Mosara Kenya and Waithera Beauty, both on Facebook and Instagram.
This was very inspirational. We got a lot of knowledge about our motherland in just a quick session here. I would love to have you back on as you launch your products. The real launch, is that going to be in 2023?
2023, because we are working on a facial skincare line that's right now in development. We are praying and hoping that when that comes out, we can do a real launch.
We're praying with you. And so this is Anna NJOROGE.
Yes, perfect.
Signing off. Meet me here again at 6 p.m. every Thursday, Hot 702.5 FM. It's Let's Get It Together with Jnine and Jezzi. I'm sure she will be back next week. I love you guys for listening. I love the support. See you next time. God bless.